What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Think Like a Jew. I'm Ethan, and today we're going to be going over my net worth in 2021. Now wait. Before you click off thinking this is another one of those videos where a rich YouTuber tries to flex their massive net worth to you guys, no. I'm just an average teen sharing with you guys where I put my money, how much I have, and how you guys can start doing it like I do. No multi-million-dollar brokerage accounts, no rich-ass mansions, no boatloads of cryptocurrency, just pure honesty and showing you guys my progress in my financial journey. I mean, think about it. If you go onto YouTube, type in net worth, and see everybody in your age range popping up with $5 million, $10 million, it's going to be very discouraging. You're going to realize that you're far behind all of these people, when in reality, they're just far ahead of everybody else. And hopefully, if you're one of those people who's become discouraged by looking at all of these people's massive net worths, hopefully exploring mine, which is more average compared to everybody else on YouTube's, will be able to motivate you to begin investing and get to the point where I'm at now. Because it's obviously a long road, but you're never going to begin traversing down that road if you just don't start walking. Before I begin talking about the topic of today's video, I just want to say that no matter what your age is, 60 or 30, you can begin investing, even though the person who begins at 30 will make exponentially more money. Too many times when I talk about people beginning to invest, they talk about, oh, I missed my opportunity in GameStop, in Tesla, in this and that. But the thing is, you're seeing all of these opportunities pop up everywhere in the stock market. It's just a matter of finding them, researching them, and then investing in them. They are very possible to find and make money off of, but it's just, are you willing to do the work? There's not a set amount of opportunities that come in the stock market. There are infinite opportunities. It's just a matter of finding them. And in my experience, I found that actually researching the stocks and getting all the information on the stock isn't actually the hard part. The hard part is just beginning and investing that initial deposit to get yourself in the right mindset to be like, okay, my money's working for me now. My money just made me $10 today. My money just made me $20 today. It's a matter of getting into the investor's mindset, and that is by far the hardest part.
Do it! Just do it!
My only advice for you is just to start, because even if you have no experience in stocks whatsoever, you will learn. But if you're sitting there saying, man, I really wish I want to learn stocks, and do nothing about it, nothing is going to change. You have to change. Whether it's through paper trading or throwing just $20 into the market, putting your foot into the stock market is easily the best thing that you will ever do for yourself. I mean, come back to this video in 10 years when you're thanking me for getting you into the stock market. You'll be doubling your net worth by then, but the thing you have to do right now is just start. With all of that said, let's dive into how I allocate my net worth. The first place you should even think about putting any of your money is into a high interest savings account in your local bank. This is as an emergency fund that covers 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Whether you want to keep it in a bank or a credit union or anything of the sort, the key for this emergency fund is that it is high liquidity, meaning that you could take it out anytime you need it. If you're not living with anybody and renting an apartment, this should be from around $3,000 to $4,000, but for me, who's still living with my mom, I have about $200 in the bank that I just keep for a rainy day if I need food or something. I mean, food is honestly my only cost. All of my other living costs are taken care of, and honestly, most of my meals are provided for me, so I barely even touch this fund. And even though I haven't had to use my emergency fund yet, that doesn't mean you might not have to use it. So make sure you get that set up in case anything, and I mean anything, pops up and you need money in a pinch. The reason for this is because if something pops up and you need to take out debt, you are in turn taking out unnecessary interest, which is just unnecessary money out of your pocket. So if you just had that money saved, spent the money on the financial burden instead of borrowing it, you won't have to spend any unnecessary money. Let me give you an example to clarify. Let's say it's a nice sunny Saturday and you're at your kid's soccer game having a wonderful day. All of a sudden, God forbid, you have a heart attack. The ambulance comes, you're taken to the hospital, you're treated, you're all good, and then you're billed. Like I said in this hypothetical situation, it's a Saturday and you're at your kid's soccer game, so the markets are closed and you won't be able to pull out any money that you had in stocks. So, how are you going to pay for it? Well, that emergency fund that you put into place allowed you to pay for the bill with that, avoid you taking out debt with the hospital, the bank, or your insurance, and help you avoid paying unnecessary interest. Not to mention the peace of mind you have from the savings account, because you know if anything comes up, you got it covered. Next up is something that I don't really know would be considered in my net worth because it's not actually mine yet, but I thought it was important to go over for all my teens watching this video. And that's my college fund, which sits at around $60,000 as I make this video. I already know how blessed I am to have this type of money for my education, and it was actually this lump sum of money that got me interested in investing in the first place. Since then, the position in Microsoft has basically 10 times and grown to enough to cover my entire college education. So after seeing the powers of investing firsthand, I mean, it paid for my college. I could never get away from it. And after seeing the power of smashing the like button down below, I can't thank you enough for doing that, by the way. But after seeing the power of that, I realized how many more people we can reach with this financial advice, how many people we can help out, how many more people we can get to become wealthy. I can't thank you enough. I mean, it really helps out tremendously with the channel and helps me reach even more people to help grow their wealth, so I really appreciate it. But anyways, I was able to understand the concept of compound interest from a very young age and was immediately intrigued with ways to maximize my money-made money. Whether you're fortunate enough to have $60,000 laying in a savings account or not, it's still extremely important for you to invest in your education, no matter what education route you may choose. Even if you don't end up going to the schooling that you saved for, you still have all of this money saved up, and if you're not going to school, hopefully you're getting into business, so you can put that money into a business. Now, next up on my list is my personal brokerage account. As you guys know, I'm a teen and you need to be 18 years old to sign up for a brokerage account. So if you're a teen looking for a way to start investing, make sure you check out my video somewhere on the screen right now to sign up for your own brokerage account with Webull. Now, before I go over the numbers of my stock account, I just have to preface this beforehand. It's extremely painful to go over these numbers, and you'll see why. Basically, I opened this stock account up with all of my summer work money. It was around $4,000 at the end of summer, so around August. And I was able to take this 4K all the way up to 18K within just 6 months. I was so proud of it. I mean, it was seriously my prized possession. I was able to grow my account with Nano Dimensions, Neo, GameStop, and a little bit of Marathon Patent. But just as quickly as it came, it went. I'd gotten into meme stocks like NOC and GME, and even though I made good money on them for a little bit, they really tanked in price and killed my entire net worth. It was easily the most disheartening moment in my entire life, as well as one of the most dumb decisions that I have ever made. But in the ashes of my trading account, a new, more determined ember burned, and just as the phoenix rose from the ashes, so too will my stock account. But after all the theatrics, that drop in price from $18,000 left me with just $2,000. If you too are interested in investing in stocks, make sure you check out Webull, the #1 commission-free online trading platform. They got the best graphs, analytics, and basically everything you need on there to start investing. I recommend it to new and old traders, and you guys should really check out my link in the description. You'll get 2 free stocks just for signing up, and that's basically just free money. Next up on the net worth is my cash holdings. Currently, I have $2K sitting in cash at my house and $8,000 worth of product that I'm planning to sell by the end of March. This business that I'm running online has recently reached its profitability stage, so after I'm sold out of this order, I'll be copying the next order, and then that is when I'll be able to outsource some of the money that I've made into different business ventures. But for the sake of this video, let's just say that I have 10K in cash because I literally just ordered this stuff within the week. I mean, a week ago I had $10,000 in cash. I'm probably gonna make more from this order, so it's a little bit conservative anyway, but for the video we're gonna say I have 10K in cash holdings. Next up on the list is something that I don't see a lot of people talking about in their net worth videos, and that is trading cards. I don't know about you guys, but as a kid I was a complete nerd when it came to trading cards. I mean, I had football cards, baseball cards, Pokemon cards, I mean, any type of card, you come to Ethan. And although I don't have this massive collection, the cards that I have held their worth predominantly for at least 10 years now. I've recently begun to cash out some of my cards, but as you can see by the pictures of the collection on the screen right now, it's a big collection, so it's been taking a little bit of time to just get off my hands. In addition to my predominantly Pokemon card collection, I have a massive shoebox filled to the brim with baseball cards. Now this shoebox was owned by my grandfather, and he collected cards from around the 1940s to around the 2000s. So this box could be filled with some crazy gems. I just really haven't taken the time to look through it yet. I'd say my Pokemon collection right now is worth $100 and the baseball collection is worth $150. Well, I've gotten an offer for the baseball collection for $150, but I'm planning on selling them separately so I can make a little bit more money, maybe find that hidden gem in the box. But I've also been cashing out a lot of my Pokemon, which is why it's only worth $100 now. but my card collections would be worth around $250. 100 for the Pokemon and 150 for the baseball cards. Next up is a position that I'm almost completely out of, and that is Rocket League items. If you don't know what Rocket League is, it's basically a car soccer game that has a bunch of rare skins that people actually pay money for. And back in the day, I used to be really into their trading economy and built up a massive inventory. And what ended up happening was that my inventory actually went up in value, so then I began to cash out. If any of you guys know what Rocket League is, let's just say I had titanium white Apexes that I ended up selling for around $600, plus I've sold around $200 worth of other items from Rocket League, and I still have around $150 worth of items. And finally, my prized possession, my Gucci black dial stainless steel watch. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not usually one for designer, expensive items, but my friend was in a pinch for cash and sold this to me for $280. Now, if you're a watch buff, you know that this watch goes for around $750 retail, and I can still probably get around $700 for it. In fact, I already have a buyer looking for over $700. But in the meantime, I've just been wearing her around. But if we're sticking to conservative statistics here, let's just say the watch is around $600 worth of my net worth right now. And that's basically everything for my net worth, which totals out to be $73,050. I still have $13,050 in there that I've earned, but hopefully my online business begins to take off even more than it already has, and we'll just be able to grow that net worth exponentially. So instead of listening to me talk about my streams of income and where I put my money, why don't you go build these things for yourself? Too many times I hear people talking about making money, but instead of actually going and making that money, they just sit there talking about how they're going to make that money instead of actually doing anything. Now don't get me wrong, I fell victim to this too, but don't forget that you have to discipline yourself into doing the work that you don't want to do in order to put yourself into a more successful position. Nothing changes if you don't change. But with that, I'm gonna have to end the video here, guys. If you've enjoyed, make sure you violently smash that like button and comment any questions you have down below. I'd be happy to answer them. And if you really enjoyed, consider tapping that subscribe button and then tapping that little bell icon right next to it to make sure you're notified every time I post a new video. Also, don't forget about Weeble's limited time promotion of 2 free stocks when you sign up for their free brokerage account and deposit $100 to invest. Anyways, guys, this has been Think Like a Jew. I've been Ethan. Have a wonderful day, and go make some damn money.